Good afternoon to you. Welcome to Hard Fact 90.3 Nigeria Info Harcourt, Harcourt. I'm Dayo. It's 9 minutes going past 3 p.m. And it's a fine Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, it's wet, you know. It's been raining for some time now, but a fine Wednesday nonetheless. I do hope that the midweek has been a productive one for you, in spite of all you have to deal with. And then you add the range to it. I hope things are working out still. Welcome once again. From now till 7 o'clock, the conversation continues over here. After all, we're your number one talk news and sports radio station. We got news intermittently coming on every hour. We got business news at 4 p.m., the update at 5, headlines 5:30, major news at 6. And that will be the final bulletin for today. In between, the news bulletins interspersed with discussions and varying topics. I do have, traditionally, today's side comments coming up. Random stories and random thoughts of mine, once again, what not to be discussed at this time. But later on, during the open session segment, which comes up after the major news at 6, I can take your thoughts on those and other matters discussed on the show. Now, after the side comment, I do have a rant coming up, something on my mind, expressing some thoughts on that, and I'll take your thoughts and mine till 4 p.m. For business news once again. After that, it is Wednesday, and as is customary, at least for about 4 years now, we've got Canvas and Adedayo Roundtable coming up, brought to you by SPDC. Now, on the show today, we're discussing communities and safety, securing people and assets. My guest will be a security expert, Isaac JB joins me for that conversation in the 4 o'clock hour. Once again, we're discussing communities and safety, securing people and assets, and Canvas on air today between 4 and 5. 5, the news update, and after that, let's see, what is it we're discussing next? Serap says to the president, pay striking doctors 4.8 billion naira allocated for WhatsApp monitoring. Well, you can find that story just about every daily. But we're going with the version published by Daily Post. Pay striking doctors 4.8 billion naira allocated for WhatsApp monitoring Serap to Buhari. Now, Serap has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to redirect the proposed 4.87 billion naira for WhatsApp monitoring to striking resident doctors. The rights group noted that part of the funds should be used to improve public healthcare facilities for the sake of poor Nigerians. In July, the president signed a 2021 supplementary appropriation bill of 983 billion naira into law. Now, a little over 4.87 billion naira was allocated to the National Intelligence Agency to monitor WhatsApp messages, phone calls and text messages of Nigerians. Now, of the figure, 1.93 billion naira was earmarked for WhatsApp interception solution and 2.93 billion naira for Thuraya interception solution. The federal government said that allocation was to increase the capacity of intelligence services to tackle cybercrime and counter-terrorism. Alright, so there you have it. We'll be discussing that later on in the 4 o'clock hour. Sarah's position that the federal government should use the 4.8 billion naira allocated for WhatsApp monitoring to pay striking doctors. Now, should payment of striking doctors be prioritized over security measures? I mean, security is a very big deal, isn't it? Well, doctors should get paid, naturally. Then again, government does have a primary responsibility, which is the safety of lives and property. That falls under security, I do believe. Anyways, Kola Oluwa, Deputy Director with Serap, joins me for that conversation in the 5 o'clock hour. Once again, headlines 5:30, Megan is at 6. If you miss out on contributing to any matter discussed on the show today, I'll take your thoughts afterwards during the open season segment till about 7 o'clock when the show comes to an end. The sports camp will be by 7 for extra time, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. That's it. We keep the boat rolling. That was today's side comments. Once again, random stories and random thoughts. Now, construction work has begun on the dilapidated community primary school, Mako Igbodo, in Eche local government area. This is barely 1 week after the chairman of Eche local government area, Obina Ayawo, ordered the immediate repair and rehabilitation of the school following a report by Nigeria Info FM about the bad state of the school. Now recall that pupils of the school before now used stacked blocks as desks and chairs, and most of them sit down on dusty and wet floors. Now, but online pictures have shown construction workers on the site with equipment and building materials. That is a good thing. That is a very good thing. So on behalf of the good people of Amaku Igbodo in a local government area, I want to thank His Excellency the Chairman, Honorable Obina Ayaw, for this wonderful thing that the Chairman has done. Oh, that other chairmen are like this glorious Chairman. The good thing that God has done in our lives at a time such as this. Well, I do mean it actually when I say it's a good thing, no doubt about that. It does raise questions though as to why the local government in a church did not know about the state of this school, did not do anything about it prior to that report from Nigeria Info. And I do hope as well that other local government chairmen will take a cue from this situation and go on an inspection for facilities, especially schools and even healthcare facilities, basically important public facilities, and do a review and do an assessment of these facilities, and where applicable or where required, where needed, do upgrades as apply. Very, very important. I'd say what has caught my attention on the news today, I do believe there were a couple other issues. Now, the abductors of the students and staff of the College of Agriculture and Animal Science, Bakura in Zamfara State, are demanding 300 million naira for their release. The provost of the college, Abibu Mainas, confirmed this in his men. Now, he said 20 people were abducted, including 15 students, 4 staff, and a driver on Sunday. During the attack, sadly, the gunmen killed 2 watchmen and a police officer. Terrible situation, a terrible time to find ourselves in right now, and I do hope once again that the students are rescued and or released, or freed, whatever it is, and reunited with their loved ones. And I do hope that our leaders are able to get a grip of the situation and address this horrible, terrible onslaught on the citizens of this country, especially in the northern part. It's really dire indeed. It's really dire indeed. And the High Court sitting in Port Harcourt will today continue hearing on the trial of 4 dismissed Eagle Crack team accused of torturing to death Ikoko auto mechanic Chima Ikunado. Justice Florence Fiberish Chima adjourned the matter after one of the lawyers to the dismissed police officers did not show up in court yesterday. You might remember that 4 dismissed ICRAC units of the River State Police Command are standing trial for the torture and murder of auto mechanic Chima Ikunado and 3 others now known as Ikoko 4. The names of the officers who are to be arraigned today are Ayogo Fidelis, A.K. Chibuzo, Egbenefo Felix, and Rose George Will, are now facing 7-count charges of conspiracy and murder, among others. In the meantime, prosecuting lawyer Chidi Eke, shortly after the court proceedings, spoke to our correspondent, what the prosecuting counsel had to say regarding what transpired in court yesterday, I do believe. Here we are.
For continuation of cross-examination of PW3. Unfortunately, at the instance of the defense that was not ready to continue with the cross-examination, particularly the counsel to the 4th and the 2nd and 3rd defendants, we are not ready to cross-examine my witness who was in court, Ifani Osuji. And so because they weren't ready, they asked for an adjournment. And reluctantly, I conceded to that adjournment to tomorrow, which is a subsisting date.
Yep, all well-meaning individuals, rational thinking human beings, not just in Port Harcourt, not just in River State, in Nigeria and the rest of the world, I believe, are focused and paying attention to this trial, and we're all hoping that justice will be served eventually. Justice will be served to the tactical commanding, squeezing leader, Sergeant Rose, and the others. We're all hoping that justice will be served eventually. And the Ikunado family and the other members of the Ikoko Four would find some closure eventually after Chima was given blood sugar. Remember that? Chima was given blood sugar by our gallant officers, CP Eboka Friday's children. And other CP Eboka Friday's children who are out there, who are still torturing civilians, who are still extorting people, who are still robbing them, traumatizing civilians, even killing them, killing civilians in some instances. You will all be found out eventually. You will be found out. And you will all be arrested as well eventually. And you will face trial, you will be prosecuted eventually. And justice will be served on all of you eventually. You think because you're wearing a uniform and you bear a firearm, you have the right to kill, you have the right to maim, you have the right to torture, you have the right to abuse the rights of other citizens. You will be found out eventually. Your uniform and your gun will not save you. You will be found out. The way these other officers were put in handcuffs, you also will be put in handcuffs. Very, 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 very soon. Write it down somewhere. Mark my words today. Am I prophesying right now? Because I'm feeling something. I definitely am. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling. You're listening to me right now, officer. You're listening to me right now. You are listening to me under the sound of. You are listening to me. You know yourself. You know yourself. Right now in your cell. Right now, you have put someone there who you know has done no wrong. Somebody is right now in your cell who has done nothing wrong. That person is said that to call their people to come and bail them. You, officer, I'm sensing you. Last night you took some young persons, yes, to an ATM to withdraw money. You threatened that you're going to kill them, you're going to shoot them. Yes, I can sense you. I can sense you. It is you I'm talking to. Don't look behind. It is you. It is you. Right now, you just came back from arresting somebody. The person right now is in your vehicle. You are driving back to the station right now, just going around town. That person has done no wrong. You're listening to me right now. You who are along the road. You are along the road. You are hearing me through the radio of a car that you just stopped right now. That person has done nothing wrong. You're just holding the car particulars for nothing. Delaying that, you will be found out. You will be found out. You will be handcuffed. You will be handcuffed very soon, and you will be prosecuted. And those people that you threw in the cell for doing nothing wrong, you will be in the same cell with them. You will join them in that cell. You will be there also. I'm sensing it. I'm sensing it. I'm feeling it right now. It will happen to you. It will happen very soon. Write down today's date. Write it down. Mark my words. It will happen to you. Very, very soon. Very soon. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today's side comments, I suppose. Is that a wrap on today's side comments? Alright, am I feeling, I think I'm sensing something else. Am I sensing something else? I'm sensing something else. I'm sensing something else. Yes, you, that officer, somebody came to report a matter at the station. Somebody who was wronged came to report a matter, and yes, because of that, you have turned the case on that person. You are extorting that person, threatening to detain the person, but the person must bail themselves with 30,000 naira or 50. Yes, it is you I'm talking to. It is you. That money will choke you. That money will choke you. You will choke. Yes, you will choke, and yes, you will be detained. You will be. In fact, nobody will grant you bail. You will be detained. There will be no bail for you. No bail for you. Yes. You will be detained very soon. Very, very soon. I can see it happening. Mark my word. It's going to happen to you. It's going to happen to you. Your family will beg, but nobody will listen. Nobody will listen to the begging of justice. Will prevail. Justice will prevail. It will happen to you very, 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 very soon. Very soon. I'm sensing this right now. Something is happening. Something is happening. And I am receiving some feedback right now. Someone says, "Ride on, Prophet Dio." Yes. Okay, yes. I'm. Someone says, "In Jesus' name." Yes. Dio, all those crackheads that threaten you will all be jailed out from Soki. It's going to happen. Write it down, Sergeant, Constable. Write it down. It's going to happen very soon. You'll be looking morose that day. Or that your gra will leave you. You'll be sweating. Your fingernails will be sweating from your fingernails. You'll be looking lost. You'll be able to speak that day. Or you're shouting, and everything will leave you. It's going to happen very soon. And as you are sweating, you'll be remembering this day, this moment. You'll remember. You will remember. Amen. I'm receiving the people of God are saying amen to this matter right now. Very soon. And listen, if your father, if your uncle, your brother, your cousin is the police, tell them, warn them now, because nobody will listen to your begging at that time. Tell them now. When they get back home, tell them now. Someone says that one that's shaking his head. You see, that one that you are shaking your head where you are. You are shaking your head. That's how you will shake your head when they throw you in the cell very soon. You'll be shaking your head very soon. Alright, that's it for today's side comments. I go on a break. When I return, I've got a rant coming up. Do please stay with us.
We connect you to the world. We connect you to the vicinity. We are Nigeria Info.
Listen to me. I said this is a real situation and the government has to do something about it. What are you trying to insinuate? All these people looting Nigeria's money?
This is Nigeria Info in the heart of Nigeria. 92.3. We are Nigeria Info.
Are you running late and can't make it down to our Rumorsi office to book your commercials? Don't worry, because you can take advantage of our marketing office inside Port Harcourt to book your commercials. It is located at Shop 9 Mediatrix of All Graces Plaza, opposite FIRS Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817-001-8162. That's 0817-001-8162.
Our freedom depends on our proactive responsibilities.
Let's talk, act, and be about development.
With one voice, our potential is realized. This is your number one news, talk, and sports radio station. 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am listening.
And now, hard facts.
With Dion.
Welcome back. It is Hard Fact 90.3 Nigeria Info on Harcourt, Harcourt. I'm Dio, and I'd like to rant for just a bit. I've got something in my mind. I'm expressing some thoughts in it. You're welcome to express your thoughts of mine all the way till 6 p.m. And today's rant is a warning. You know, I want to warn some people. Or more like not a warning. It's kind of like a warning, but it's also it's more an advice actually. I want to give some persons an advice. Yeah, I want to advise some persons. It's good to be your brother's keeper. I want to look out for these individuals because they don't know what they are doing. I sense strongly that they do not know what they are doing. Because if they knew what they are doing, then they will not do what they are doing. When someone is going astray, and the person is going in the wrong direction, it's going to be wrong. It's wrong, and I believe that God might even count it a sin to me if I see my fellow brother going in the wrong direction and I do nothing about it. I do nothing to warn the person. I do nothing to help the person. I do nothing to ensure that person gets back on the right track. And I don't want to sin against God. That's why I decided to offer this advice to this person who I sense seriously are going in the wrong direction. So earlier today, I came across a story. The news published this story, and several other online publications as well have similar versions. But the news captioned it, Julius Berger workers protest poor pay in Port Harcourt. And when I saw this headline, I went, Choy. If only these people know. If only these people know they are making a huge mistake. Once again, the headline, Julius Berger workers protest poor pay in Port Harcourt. I saw Julius Berger and workers and protest in the same sentence. And I started shaking my head. These people, why didn't they advise themselves? Didn't they see anybody to give them enlightenment? And I decided that I must do that on the show today. I hope they're listening. This is the story. Casual workers engaged by construction giant Julius Berger PLC to work on various flyovers being constructed for the River State government in Port Harcourt embarked on protest over alleged poor pay in Port Harcourt on Tuesday. Can you imagine? Can you just imagine these people? And the protest by the workers led to stoppage of work at various sites. It stopped work. Hey! Wait, they actually stopped. They went on protest to stop flyover. Oh my goodness. Now, the casual workers said they embarked on the protest over alleged slashing of their salaries by the company from the agreed 150,000 naira to 60,000 naira monthly. And so what? Even if they decided to give you 15,000 naira monthly. And so what? Back to the story. Now, they also claim that the construction company was able to manipulate their union to install a chairman who has been compromised and cannot fight for their interest and welfare. Meaning what? I mean, there are factions everywhere. I mean, what's wrong with that? We have factional chairmen everywhere. Everywhere. And then they said, we are calling on management to increase our pay, and our union chairman changed. The union chairman does not cooperate with us. We are in chains and suffering. Julius Berger must go. Hey, when I saw this one, I almost fainted. That somebody in River State here can say Julius Berger must go. I mean, even if you are not thinking straight, you must have family members. Somebody in your family must be thinking straight who can say, guy, come. This path that you are treading is a dangerous one. It is not advisable for you to tour that path. And the protesting casual workers were seen in their work clothes and tools marching from the GRA junction to Waterlines junction on Aba Port Harcourt Expressway. They regretted that the company is paying them poor salaries despite the billions of Nigeria it's being paid for the 10 flyovers it is constructing in Port Harcourt for the state government. The protesters carried different placards with varying inscriptions like "Julius Berger must go." Goodness, I'm even just reading it, I'm almost fainting again. "Stop enslaving us. Pay us as agreed," and others called on the River State government to sever ties. These people don't even know. I mean, there's a boundary. There's a boundary. I mean, freedom of speech does not cover this one. I mean, even freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution are not infinite. There are boundaries, and people should know there are boundaries. They're asking the River State government to sever ties with the company for failing to address their... Oh my goodness. And the protest coming less than... I mean, as if that's not bad enough. And the protest is coming less than 24 hours after the company promised the River State Governor, Wike, that it will complete both the GRA and Rumola flyovers before the end of September 2021. Oh, goodness. That means there may be no commissioning. So, it is finished. These workers want to stop the commissioning of these flyovers in September. Like I said, when people are going astray, it's very important to do what you can to help them. Because if you see people going astray and you do nothing, it may be counted onto you as a sin. And I do not want to sin. Are these people not aware of what goes on in River State when anyone dares Julius Berger, when anyone tampers or gets in the way of Julius Berger or our flyovers? Did they just get to River State? Maybe they just came in yesterday, but it can't be. If there are workers in Julius Berger or casual workers, it means they've been around for a while. They must have been around for a while. So I'm wondering, but this might be the work of the enemies. Might be the work of their village people. Now, an example of what happens to anyone who gets in the way of Julius Berger and our flyovers. This is a small example. This was in our news quite recently, April 1 precisely. Governor Wike says he dismissed his commissioner for environment. A whole commissioner was dismissed. A big stamina for sabotage. Sabotage against the River State government. Governor Wike, shortly after signing contracts for the construction of more major roads in the state at Government House, Port Harcourt, said the former commissioner wrote to Julius Berger. The commissioner didn't even embark on a protest. The commissioner did not carry any placard. The commissioner simply wrote to Julius Berger to stop construction work in the state without His Excellency's approval. Wow. He said the sacked commissioner never interfaced with the ministry. Let's hear what His Excellency had to say on that matter again. Let's listen.
I sacked the commissioner yesterday. Why? Because I saw sabotage. I don't know how a commissioner can write to a company to stop work without my approval. And Julius Berger in that matter to stop construction in the entire state. I've never heard of it. How can a commissioner write to a construction company to stop work? I didn't know that commissioners have so much power. It was yesterday I knew that they have so much power. These are contractors working for the state government.
Can you imagine? Can you just imagine that? I didn't know that commissioners could even do that myself. Huh? Commissioner writing to a company, Julius Berger for that matter, stop work. Of course the commissioner got fired, was sacked. And now these people, carrying protest and backing on protest with placards saying Julius Berger must go. And what did Julius Berger do? Allegedly, they claim that the salary, or whatever it was, from 150 was slashed to 60, allegedly. So, what if Julius Berger decides to not even pay you anything at all? How about that? What if Julius Berger says that you will not earn anything? So what? Are you not seeing the flyovers that you are helping to construct? Shouldn't you be satisfied every day when you wake up and leave the house and go to the site to mix gravel, to mix concrete? Shouldn't you just feel a sense of joy and fulfillment in life that you are contributing to flyovers? Shouldn't that give you a feeling, a sense of satisfaction that you are contributing your quota and that you will help His Excellency to commission this project? So like I said, I'm just doing today's rant is just a civic duty to advise these protesting workers to be careful and to be guided appropriately. If you like yourselves, even those placards, don't take it home with you. Just burn it somewhere, gather them somewhere, set fire to those placards, and go back to work. That chairman you say you don't like, go and apologize to him. In fact, tonight you must work extra. If you were closing 4 p.m. before, today you must close midnight. You must work double shifts. A word they say is enough for the wise. I just thought to advise these fellow brothers of mine and give them my own 2 cents. Because I'm convinced that they are going astray and the end will not be good. On that note, I end my rant. Thanks for listening. Hope you were not bored. Any thoughts on mine? Let's hear it. The numbers are the same. Lines are open. 0817 93 0002, 0817 93 0003, and 0817 93 007. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH, also on YouTube. Just search for Nigeria Info PH. All right, let's see what's happening. Anything happened via Facebook? The man who was paid by on Facebook goes, they must have been paid by the opposition party to scuttle the good plans of the Rivers State Governor for Rivers people. I didn't want to politicize the matter. That's why I didn't mention that one. But it's not unlikely as well that maybe the opposition may have seen them. Chile Edwin goes, the workers have beaten more than they can chew. That a protest against Governor Wike's company without fear. Destiny Mabude goes, you can imagine the dexterity, a whole Julius Berger. These people are playing with our flyover agenda. I've got Henry on the line from Eagle Island. Henry, you're welcome. Please go on.
Yes, good afternoon, Dario.
All right, go ahead.
I want to join you on the civil side of this matter and to thank you for being a redeemer to these brothers who have gone on the way of perdition.
I'm telling you.
You see, it is obvious that they didn't seek the advice of people who they should have seek their advice. And on the other side, as government, these are the things we are talking about all the time. That people come to the come on air and say there is no work, there is no job, there is no job. We have created jobs. You see them now.
You see?
You see them?
You see?
Did you see them?
Saboteurs.
People who will come on air and open their mouth wide and say there is no job. We've given them jobs. See what they are doing with it. See what they are doing with it. But let's watch and see how they will get with it.
No, we have advised them.
I'm sure they've forgotten the effort that the government of this state is making to make sure they get
They will retrace their steps.
No problem.
Thank you, Andrew. Emmanuel from Nasiri, you're welcome. Please go on.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Remember anything here? Much you want to go on. That you look at change basketball. Commission for once, we are against the boy that is also by enemy of River State. They want to spoil, want to sabotage flag they are building. Today again, the people working at the site now say you look at shortchanging them. Now you see what I'm saying, that this Omega, they are after Omega River State. The market today is 18th. After this protest, they don't require a salary to 30,000 because they can have very big power in River State. So
even if they are not paid anything at all, can't they be happy for what's going on? Even if they are, is it not Rivers money for Rivers flyover for Rivers people? I got Mike from remember. Hello, Mike. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good evening.
You're welcome.
Well, for me, I don't even say anything about group this evening. See, I would say I am tired of this attitude of my brothers and sisters. But this is the best witchcraft. So people used to think that witchcraft is only going to a native doctor to go and do scam. But you know that this is the worst witchcraft. You're not going to a native doctor, you're not going to God to wicked your fellow man. So what if you're paying them 50,000? And tomorrow...
Allegedly.
That is the word we normally hear, allegedly. But now they've shown it that, yes, it's really true.
Even if that's the case, before they got this job, were they collecting anything from anywhere? Even if that's the case.
If they are not collecting anything from anywhere. But Dayo, see, sometimes, yeah. Like my work stopped almost 3 years. It's not that I'm not feeding. But at least if you're a graduate, you know how much you pay, you know how time you suffer in university to get what you work for. And someone is sitting on top of it, proudly sitting on top of it, constantly sitting on top of it. I won't say God will judge, but they will, even that their next generation children will receive the punishment. God bless you.
Okay. All right. Emmanuel from GRA, how you going?
No, I know. How dare these boys become black?
I can imagine.
How dare they protest being paid lower than they were?
How much were they collecting before they got this job?
I don't know. They were not even collecting anything before. Now they're giving them and they want other. You see how ungrateful people can be?
Ungrateful people.
Very ungrateful people.
Very ungrateful.
Oh man, you're still stuck on the kill me all the time. But I think until the government starts realizing that they're not doing their people favors by doing what they're supposed to do for them, they feel these people should come and be very grateful that they're getting something at least for working. They're actually working for this money. You're not dashing them. I mean, you stick to an agreement. You wrote an agreement that you're going to pay for 150,000 naira. You pay it to them. And they are getting away with this because there is no valid, the court system doesn't really work because normally in serious crime, these guys can have the right to take them to court. They work with stuff and all that, but our guy here is the all I know, so even if you go to the court, who knows what will happen.
Allegedly, Emmanuel, allegedly.
I'm sorry, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I pray this stuff, but
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully they will recover from this past road to perdition that they have taken. We got Chimabi from Chimabi's gone. That's it. I've got comments via WhatsApp. Let's take a few of those. If I Okur, okay, this is not now. Please let Julius Berger stay. As for those protesting, I'm sure the CPO police will soon start getting intelligence reports of hijacked protests. Only God can help us. That's from Jordan Memphis in Port Harcourt. Wondering why Julius Berger workers have allowed themselves to be sponsored and used by the opposition to distract our excellency, Mr. Projects. That's Jesse from Port Harcourt. The protesting workers of Julius Berger have been sponsored by the opposition to distract His Excellency from commissioning. We will not take it. The opposition is at work to scuttle the good works of His Excellency. They have to desist from their ungodly acts before the government would take hold of them. That's from Sok Nuhu. It is the opposition. They are at it again. I will say that this is the handwork of the opposition. That's Ari from Old GRA. Good afternoon, Dio. Those workers and members of the opposition party wearing Julius Berger uniforms to sabotage our good governance and quality project progress. That's from Ima. Was there no agreement before the workers were employed? We should support River State government to build a state infrastructure. That's from Victor Amadi. I don't think the governor will do anything because the election is approaching, so politicians are changing styles. That's from IBC. All right. Please read that with full respect because it's Julius Berger we're talking about. These workers are ignorant and demarketing our one and only Julius Berger, the infrastructure and employment provider. That's from John Promise. Alright. Good afternoon, Doc. This is what happens when a man has decided to give a larger-than-life authority to a foreign company. This is the same company that made Rumokoro people suffer for months of lockdown. The government told us this project would empower our youths. Now we see the kind of empowerments they've been given. I'm sure there'll be a statement soon calling them enemies of the state. No labor laws, casualization of indigents, truly sad. That's from Miss Oni. From Facebook, Egbune Uche goes, Dio, good evening. Those protesters can't have a sense of belonging. Are they not River's sons and daughters? They should do the work with pride. Roland Arukwe goes, flyover. I did not know that these Julius Berger workers have the power to tamper with the commissioning of the flyovers by September. Please, they should not stop this commissioning. Alright, that's it. To the phone lines, I've got Divine from Rupoku. Hi, you're welcome. Go on. Hello. You're welcome. Go ahead.
You can see this is the handwork of our enemy.
Very likely.
The opposition will not allow us to rest. How come these boys, they did not see what happened to Indeed? And they have the God to stop my company, to support.
The FM.
Who does that?
Somebody, the person that does that is the fly that does not listen to advice will join the dead body into the grave.
To the grave, Dayo. These boys are heading to a mission of no return. And I'm sure by the end of that their protest, they must have profiled all of them. An instruction must have been given for all their names to be profiled. By the time you know it, they will start to lose the job. So I'm sorry for them.
That's why I'm trying to help them now. You know.
They've made the mistake of their life. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. No, there's still a way out of this. Dana from Obiapo, you're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hi, go on.
Yeah, I think those guys that are demonstrating at Lozera, I think they are ghost workers. Because very soon now, Lozera will give a statement that those guys that have been laid off, they don't know them.
Oh, okay. There's disgruntled ex-workers.
Yes, because they have done the biometrics, so those guys, they are not part of the company.
Okay. All right. See the perspective Dan has brought to it now. All right. So that might explain everything. Back to WhatsApp. Maker from Port Harcourt goes. Good evening, Doc. They're being sponsored by ISIS to demarket the work of His Excellency Harcourt Julius Berger. For that matter, not be able to pay ordinary 150k. Those people are saboteurs. I must tell you, Dio. These protesting workers have forgotten what happened to the Honorable Commish. They should be careful, else our gallant officers receive intelligence reports on their behalf. That's Annie from Port Harcourt. Those staff want to malign the effort of our Dean of Projects by JB, but they will never succeed because God is by the side of our quality projects. They've not said anything yet. All right. Hello, Dio. And His Excellency will go this way. You looking like Usman Danfodio, going to carry placard against Julius Berger, working for Rivers people. You will see what I will do to you. That's Tosin from Rumola. Also, they should be happy. They've been paid 60k. Let them go to other states and find out what casual workers are paid. They've been done a favor. They should be careful. They shouldn't have gone to stop the job and all that, but again, they shouldn't pay them what is below them. Indeed, Julius Berger wouldn't charge below their standards. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. All right. Chile Edwin goes, Dio, after thorough investigations, my office has discovered that those who protested are not Julius Berger workers, rather they're APC members. That might explain a lot. We've got KK from Iwofa, you're welcome, please go ahead.
Dio, good afternoon.
Hi, go on.
Yeah, I think those guys might be from IPOP. Maybe as they were asked to suspend their from yesterday, they now decided to do it to Julius Berger. And our definitely will deal with them because we don't tolerate any act of terrorism in this state. That is an act of terrorism.
Absolutely.
They will be proscribed. In fact, they will be proscribed.
Okay, all right. KK may have some insight into this development as well. All right. The governor will not say they are discrediting and demarketing Rivers State. He will say they are sponsored by the opposition just to stop and distract the state government from carrying out projects. That's from Festus Kinsley in Port Harcourt. All right. This is the state that I have seen that the youths are lazy. When the day from Uniport goes, this is workers' rights taken too far. How dare they dare Julius Berger? Now other people have the mind to ask Almighty Julius Berger to go. Can you just imagine the effrontery? Are you supposed to stop us from dancing next month? That's Victoria from Roma Lumini. Can you? Victoria is preparing for the commissioning already. I mean, already she has shined her shoes. She has taking the wrapper that she will wear that day to the dry cleaners, preparing for the commissioning. And then these workers want to stop it. All right. Good afternoon, Dio, talk to them. They have eyes, but they do not see. They have ears, but they do not hear. I pray it doesn't get to the ear of the governor. That's Tony from Roma Massey. Hi, Dio. Isn't the voice of the governor. Can you see, now that I've created jobs for the youths, they say I send the company out to the state. But they woke us early to call your station to say the state government has not created any jobs for the youths. Maybe I'll stop the project and let me see how they'll get 150k. All right, that's for Jeff and Field. Good evening, Dio. Those people are ingrates. Where are they getting their power from? The fact that they embark on protests, they're sacked without pay. Let's see what will happen. In Rivers State, you don't protest anyhow. As for my Tobins and Tobins. Also via WhatsApp, I want to tell all well-meaning Rivers people to wear their gyms and stop this unscrupulous opposition people in the form of Julius Berger workers, and that's from IB. All right. If they agree to pay them a certain amount and the senator cut it down, was any reason given for the cut in pay? I think they're sponsored by those PDP members who think Wike is becoming overbearing, and that's from Kachi. All right. They don't know that the policy of no work, no pay will be applied on them. That's Mike from New Road. Those disgruntled sponsored distractors must undergo biometrics next week. That's from Ubina. Dial, they are IPOB. How much is the salaries of level 14 civil servants that they are paid 60,000 and they are complaining? Hello, Dial. How dare those boys threaten our executive? That's from Daidma. Now, can't the workers even forego their salaries as contribution to the good projects? Why are they making noise up and down? Just this little help and they are complaining. Please, they should make sure that they start resuming early and close late to show their commitment. That's Rosemary from Port Harcourt. The good people of Rivers State have also spoken, have advised their brothers and their sisters to desist, like a previous caller put it, from this road to perdition that they have embarked on. It will not end well. We lost a commissioner. Let them remember that. We lost a commissioner to this. So they have to tread cautiously. They have to tread cautiously. Even if anything happened. Commissioning is supposed to be next month. Be careful, be very careful. Let's not take this human rights thing too far. Let's not take this labor thing rights too far. There's a boundary to everything. There's a boundary to everything. Everybody must know their levels. Let's be guided. Let's be guided appropriately. We've got business news coming up top of the hour at 4 p.m. Afterwards, Canvas and Adedayo Elusakin comes up. Do please stay with us.